Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this episode of Immersed TV. It's a big show today. As you can see, I got everybody on the show. I got Tristan, I got Justin, I got Dave, I got Anthony. First off, we're going to kick things off with racing. Tristan and Anthony now join me. And Tristan, why don't you give us a little highlight on where we are currently with the APP Tour?
Despite everything, it's been quite a navigation process getting to this point, as you can imagine, with everything going on in the world and the complications in all the different venues. But we're excited to announce that we will be starting in August. It's a firm call to be starting in August. We'll have a couple European stops, one in Spain, one in Switzerland. We'll then, at the moment, our third race event is scheduled for early September, but we're waiting for final words from the authorities because there's a small chance based on recent development that might get shifted back to November. But we're waiting to hear on that. That one's a dead cert, though, and we're excited to announce that location. Really, really, really cool. And then we'll be right here, where I am today, on location here in Maui, the beautiful island of Maui, and without doubt, the world center for downwind paddling and the incredible venue for our sprint races that we had back in 2017 and 18, or 16 and 17, I should say. And then we're headed back to Paris. So that's the lineup, a pretty cool lineup of events, and it is laying the foundation solidly for next year as well, which will obviously be built out more with once COVID's gone, long gone. So that's the lineup.
Anthony Vela, our man, the man that keeps it all together in the world of racing. How you been holding up, my friend?
Pretty good, Drew. Thanks for asking. And it's exciting time. Looking forward to some racing happening again. I know all the athletes around the world are frothing to get back and get their race vibes going again. So pretty cool with a couple of new stops in Spain and Switzerland. Looking forward to those.
But we made the decision to push back to August about a month or so, which we announced on social media. Or 2 months actually, I think. We just didn't want to try to be premature on the start. I felt August was a safe date with summer coming. And fortunately, the first two venues are excited to get things going. We have kind of plan A, plan B, plan C as far as how big the event can be, how much, how many participants we can have, and the scalability of spectators. But the one thing that's for sure is we're delivering a World Championship Tour this year, and we're going to see the best in action. And people, regular everyday races will be able to participate as well. It's just we'll be defining as we get closer and the restrictions are more clear to us.
And Anthony, what's kind of the thoughts going through the athletes' heads right now? I know a lot of them took some time off. Some of them started a new training regimen. I know you're kind of immersed in a lot of that group. What are a lot of you seeing from a lot of the athletes at this point?
Well, like I said before, everyone's just kind of ready to get back on the horse, so to speak. We've got our returning champion, Seychelle Webster, who's been doing her thing, as has April and Fiona, our top three from the previous years. But we've got a lot of wild cards, so to speak, that are established veterans of the sport that are looking to make their way back into the tour. Trine Black, after taking some time, having her child, and one of the standouts from 2019 from Spain, Esperanza, Olivia Piana, Amadine Chazot. So some of these athletes on the women's side that we've seen through the years and various events at a high level are looking to get back into the APP World Tour. So that's very exciting. And on the guys' side, we obviously had Casper, our champion from 2019, and Arthur and Boothie. So they're looking to get back into it as well. They were second and third respectively. And we're looking to get some newcomers into it, like Shuri Araki from Japan, and Bruno Hasulia Rai Taguchi from Japan, and some others like Clement Colmas, who we've seen in downwinding events, but has a well-rounded game as well. So I'm not saying any of these athletes are in, just throwing out some of the names of the wild cards that could possibly get an entry into the tour, and looks to be an exciting tour on both the men's and women's side.
Now let's move on to the surf stops, because I know you were super excited about this when we talked about it last week. Give the viewers a little taste of what's to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's been a few adjustments again because of the whole situation everywhere. But we're excited to announce that this first stop is in conjunction with that secret race stop. So that location will be announced shortly here. But again, a really, really cool location. Great waves. At the moment, it's scheduled for early September. With everything going on, there's a chance it might move back to November, which actually wave-wise would be better for this region. So that's what we're pushing for. Gran Canaria, it's a pilgrimage back to Las Palmas, which is, always exciting. We've had such good waves there the last few years. And I'm excited to announce that Sunset Beach will be the final for 2021, but it will take place in the calendar year of 2022 in January. So we're 18th to the 28th, prime season for Oahu's North Shore. It's going to be on fire, and it's going to be deciding world champions on the North Shore, which is always exciting.
Yeah, I have to actually agree. And Justin, when you heard this announcement for the surf portion of the tour, what were the first thoughts going through your head?
Oh, yeah, the diversity, and I suppose the big highlight was going back to Sunset Beach, because that's one spot I think that's, Hawaii, in my heart, has always been a spot that I've wanted to win that event, and had a third there and never quite got there. So to have that event re-emerge, I think as the last stop as well, I think a lot of the guys really will perform, not like, because usually it's been the first event, right? So everyone's amped up, but I think it's going to be even more dramatic now to see that it's the last event, and there'll be a lot of stuff go down that will be pretty heavy. So, and Crown World Champ, so epic.
Yeah, I think first of all, everyone's stoked, right, just to get back to competition. But like Justin said, the venues are top notch. We've scored great waves at each of those stops, so everyone's excited to get back there to real quality waves. And to cap it off at Sunset Beach, which is synonymous with the APP World Tour, where the drama always unfolds. And I think it's a great way to do it. So, good job by Tristan and the APP for setting that all up.
And Justin, it's been hard because for a year or better now, we haven't been able to see anybody surf live. I mean, other than our local surf breaks. But we've been following everybody on social media, on Instagram. It seems like people have been really active, putting a lot of content out there. What athletes have you seen on the water that have really done some work in the last year and are kind of like looking at the top of their game going into the 21-22 season?
I mean, look, the Brazilian guys are amazing. They are kind of amping me up. I mean, I would nearly say I've gone into hibernation on this COVID period, probably put on 5 kilos too much, and kind of gone the opposite direction to the Brazilian guys, just sort of settling back into my 40s and just relaxing. But the Brazilian guys are really up the notch, and it's actually good because it's starting to really fire me up, and I know fire a lot of other Australian guys up too. So for me, it's the Brazilians. I think they're the top of the game at the moment, but you can't discount, like Sean Pointer's going to fire up. I can tell he looks like his life's starting to get sort of really balanced at home, and I think he could be another dangerous force to just awaken the bear and come straight out with a good result. But mate, I said, Wellington Reese is a beast at the moment. I think he would be pretty hard to beat in anything, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of these guys, they're ready, and it's like if you have something to aim for, now that there's some dates dropped, it gives you something to aim for. Guys, even like Kai Lenny's been taking out the SUP lately, so you could see that, there's a little thought in the back of his head for later in the year.
And my last question for you, Tristan, how important was it to pull off the tour in 21 and not just say, we're just going to push it back another year? How important was it to you and the team?
I mean, it was really a commitment for us. We don't, 1 year, everybody understood last year, that's what it is. This year, everybody knew it was going to be challenging, but, we really said, let's go. We got to make this happen. Fortunately, we were working with some great people across the globe to really secure these venues and make these things happen. And, it's been an exciting process, a frustrating process at times. And by securing 2021 and showing that we're here and we've got these amazing athletes and we've got these great venues, we're able to kind of use that to market forward to 2022 and 2023 and really secure a healthy future for the tour. So that's been the way we looked at it. It's a long-term game plan, and we're in it to win it here.
So that's going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Big announcements from the APP World Tour. Make sure to keep it tuned to all of our social channels on Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget Facebook and more for more updates coming soon. Thanks for joining us here on Immersed TV. Special thank you to my guest hosts, Justin, Dave, Anthony, and Tristan. We'll see you next time.